morning. This is the Transition on the Atlantic Television Network. National Identity Management Commission has kicked off a 3-day training program for 388 personnel aimed at enhancing the national identification number enrollment process across the country. The training tagged refresher training of trainers on NIN integration to the National Social Register, technical and hands-on devices and field operations and procedures is in collaboration with the National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office. The training is also to equip personnel with the necessary skill to efficiently handle the complexities of enrollment processes. In her address at the event held in Port Harcourt on Monday, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NIMC, Abisoye Kuka Odusote, said the initiative aligns with the Commission's overarching goal of achieving secured and great success for the renewed Hope social initiatives. Represented by her technical advisor on ICT, Adedakpo Adedoyin, the NIMC DG said the event is a pivotal initiative that marks a significant step forward in our mission to enhance and monetize the NIN enrollment processes. On her part, the National Coordinator of the National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, Ms. Fumi Olotu, reeled out the objectives of the training, adding that the integration will strengthen the National Social Register, ensure data accuracy and integrity, and also facilitate efficient targeting of beneficiaries, promoting inclusive growth and development. Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has adjourned to Wednesday, January 15, 2025 for the commencement of a full hearing on the petition filed by Dr. Aswe Igodalo and his party, the People's Democratic Party, challenging the declaration of Governor Monday Okpebolo of the All Progressive Congress as the winner of the 21st September 2024 election. The adjournment followed an application filed by the lead counsel to the Independent National Electoral Commission and Okpebolo, the first and second respondents, requesting the courts to postpone proceedings. The petitioner, Igodalo, first petitioner, and the PDP second petitioner are contesting INEC's declaration of Okpebolo as the winner of the election. This is coming after the tribunal led by Justice Wilfred Bochi had on December 21st, 2024, adjourned the hearing to January 13, 2025 after the conclusion of the pre-hearing sessions, while at the resumed sitting on Monday, January 13, 2025 in Benin City, the tribunal's Assistant Secretary Dayo Dahosi informed the court of a pending application from the first and second respondents seeking an adjournment to Wednesday. According to INEC, Okpebolo secured 291,667 votes, defeating the PDP's Igodalo, who garnered 247,274 votes. Zonal Command of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons in Akwa Ibom State has lauded the collaborative efforts of all stakeholders in the state in the fight campaign against human trafficking. The agency's head of public enlightenment in the state, Ukpabio, in a statement in Uyo on Monday, commended the Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno for setting up the Anti-Trafficking Task Force through the Office of the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice and the recent creation of the Humanitarian Affairs Ministry. She said NAPTIP Uyo Command makes bold to say with all sense of responsibility that it has enjoyed unparalleled collaboration and support from the state government in the area of tackling the issues of human trafficking, which was demonstrated through the setting up of necessary structures and institutions in the state. This is coming after some media reports credited to her during the media briefing to mark the 2025 National Human Trafficking Awareness Day in Uyo said one person had been arrested in connection with organ harvesting and that some clinics and in organ harvesting. Residents raised alarm with fears of threat and panic during the midnight bomb explosion that occurred in Umweke community in Mberi in the Mbatoli local government area of Imo State. Eyewitnesses said the newly completed family house on Saturday night reduced the house to rubble through recorded, while neighbors from neighboring villages called to ask the cause of the explosion. He said the couple had worked hard to complete the building and were planning to move in this year, but they cannot do so again, adding that they all slept with one eye open for fear of attack. Efforts to get the reaction of the state police spokesperson DSP Henry Okoye proved abortive as his number did not connect. Now, analysts has tasked Nigerian leaders to leave God out of the country's insecurity challenges and think out workable solution that will tackle the prevalent insecurity ravaging the peace in the country. While speaking on Atlantic Television Network program Atlantic Blowout, public affairs analyst Makin Tanen said Governor Hope Uzodinma should employ necessary means to fight insecurity in Imo State.
He's talking about it pains me when I see elected officers abandon their duty and pushing it to God. What is God's business in this issue of insecurity? That through divine intervention, that those who are in the bush are going to be exposed. What is he talking about? Whether by hook or by crook, is the chief executive. The ball stops on his table. So what is he talking about? We are in
Mr. Tanen also advised security agencies to use modern technology in combating insecurity to reduce consequential losses on the country.
I said on all fronts, they are investing in technology. In fact, we are in the time. That's why when I see I'm very sorry when I use such word, I say so-called security agents. In the light of current global realities, in the light of we were here when Pantami was deceiving Nigerians, talking about what do you call it, NIM. That with NIM, that anywhere you are, you can be tracked. So long you are using for, it is current and it is correct. That okay, some time ago, that was my first time of having such experience, wherein I was confronted openly around 1 p.m. at gunpoint, and my Samsung phone was taken from me. Right now, I understand that I can retrieve that phone so long there's a particular number, security number of that phone. I'm going to do a petition shortly from now, and I'm very hopeful because I've seen cases. That is the time we are in. So when people engage in kidnapping or criminal activities and they are using phone, and then you see a security agent telling you that by God's divine intervention that we're going to make headway, it shows that something is fundamentally wrong.
This comes after Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma had assured residents that those involved in kidnapping for commercial purposes will soon have nowhere to hide within the state. Lagos State House of Assembly has sworn in its first female speaker, Mojisola Miranda. Miranda took her oath of office after the impeachment of the former speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, on Monday during a plenary session. She represents the Apapa 1 State constituency in the Assembly. Taking her oath of office, Miranda promised to be faithful as the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly and will perform her duties honestly to the best of her ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is coming after members of the Lagos State House of Assembly had impeached Speaker Mudashiru Obasa over multiple fraudulent allegations. In view of the development, Obasa was subsequently replaced by his deputy Lamsbat Miranda. Alaafin of Oyo-elect Oba Abimbola Owuade is set to commence a 21-day traditional rite as the new monarch of the town. The state governor Seyi Makinde announced Owuade as the new monarch of the ancient Yoruba community and also presented him with the staff of office. He succeeded the late Alaafin Oba Limidi Adeyemi III, who passed away 3 years ago, and the ceremony had the kingmakers, otherwise known as Oyemesi, top government functionaries and eminent personalities from the state in attendance. Now, following the presentation, a source who craved anonymity said the new Alaafin has headed to Oyo town, where he is expected to be received by his subjects, adding that his 21 days of traditional rites for the ascension of the throne would begin immediately. He said Oba Owuade has headed to Oyo town to meet the sons and daughters of Oyo town and would proceed for his mandatory 21 days traditional rites for the ascension to the throne of his forefathers. Still, Oyo State government has filed 8 counts bordering on murder and manslaughter against the ex-queen of the Oni of Ife, Naomi Silekunola, the proprietor of an Ibadan-based radio station, Oriyomi Hamzat, and the principal of Islamic High School, Bashorun Ibadan, Abdullahi Fasisi, over the December 18, 2024 fun fair stampede, during which 35 children died. The charge sheet was filed on Friday, January 10, 2025, before the Oyo State High Court in Ibadan, and the Oyo State government has listed as a complainant, while Silekunola Hamzat and Babatunde were named as defendants. In the 18 counts, the government accused the defendants of conspiracy to commit a felony, to wit, murder, manslaughter, conspiracy to commit an offense, to wit, criminal negligence and criminal negligence, stressing that the offenses are contrary to and punishable under Section 324 of the Criminal Code, Cap 38, Volume 2, Laws of Oyo State 2000. The state alleged that the defendants negligently omitted to provide adequate security, crowd control mechanisms and medical facilities to prevent a stampede at a children's fun fair program organized by you. This is coming after last week Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde had vowed that the state would prosecute the defendants who have been in prison custody since December 24th following their arrest by the police. Ahead of the local government election in Ondo State, the ruling All Progressive Congress has declared that it is determined to win the poll without vote buying. The Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission has fixed Saturday, January 18, 2025 for the conduct of the poll, which will take place across the 18 local government areas of the state. Now, speaking with journalists on Monday at the party secretariat at Akure, the state capital, on the preparation of the party ahead of the election, the publicity secretary of the APC, Mr. Alex Kalejaye, said the party would not be involved in electoral malpractices to win the election. According to him, the party had begun preparation for the election and the party had picked credible and competent persons as its chairmanship and councillorship candidates for the election, adding that a total of 13 political parties will be participating in the forthcoming council election. The commissioner in charge of communication, media and information technology of the commission, Mr. Tunde Adeleye, said the parties taking part in the election, according to the statements, include the Action Democratic Party, the Action People's Party, All Progressive Congress, All Progressive Grand Alliance, Boots Party, and the Labour Party. Others are the New Nigerian People's Party, People's Democratic Party, Social Democratic Party, Young Progressive Party, Zenith Labour Party, Action Alliance, and National Rescue Movement. Police in Ogun State have arrested one Iyanu Adedeji for allegedly stabbing her husband Funsho Jimo to death after an argument in the Bonogun area of Abeokuta, Ogun State. This is coming after the couple, who were married for 8 years, fought after the wife accused him of having extramarital affairs and in the process reportedly stabbed the deceased in the chest with a kitchen knife. The police spokesperson Omolola Oduntola, who confirmed the incident on Monday, said the suspect, on discovering what she had done, rushed him to the Federal Medical Center, Idiaba, where he was confirmed dead. Oduntola said the suspect reported herself alongside the corpse of her dead husband to the police, and she has been arrested, and a preliminary investigation is underway, while the case will soon be transferred to the SCID for more investigation. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Lanre Ogunlowo, advised couples to seek peaceful ways of resolving conflicts rather than engaging in fights, rancor, and acrimony. FCT administration security team has banned activities of scavengers stealing manholes cover in the city center of Abuja with effect from 14th January 2025. FCT Police Commissioner CP Olatunji Disu, who disclosed this on Monday, 13th January 2025, after the first FCT security meeting in Abuja, also said scavengers operations will be limited only at the doomed side of Abuja and no more in the city center in order to safeguard public property from damages.
For the Federal Capital Territory, because they remove all these manholes, and while driving at night, you may not know that it has been removed and is capable of causing death. So they will be charged for economic sabotage, and even at times, if possible, attempted murder or murder. At the same time, it has been decided that activities of all partakers have been banned for 2 weeks. They have been banned for 2 weeks for us to profile them, to be able to be sure that only the legitimate operators will be working in Panteka. So they will be banned for 2 weeks, in effect from tomorrow, and we are going to profile them. At the same time, scavenging has been banned in the Federal Capital Territory, especially in the city centers. Their activities will only be limited to dump sites. Henceforth, the activities of scavengers have been banned within the city center of the Federal Capital Territory and the suburb as well. All security agencies have been tasked with ensuring that this order is enforced. As from tomorrow, this order will be enforced. The Pantakers will be closed for us to profile them. At the same time, we want to talk to the residents of the Federal Capital Territory for them to know that anybody vandalizing public infrastructure is vandalizing our joint property. And numbers have been given out. If you see anything, say something. Let's join hands to ensure that we protect all government infrastructures.
Yeah. According to CPD, 25 armed robber operational vehicles were captured in year 2024 and therefore promised more of patrol in Abuja to make sure criminal and kidnapping activities end in the FCT.
Yourself, a lot has been done to curtail the activities of One Chance. For your information, in our code, the criminal code, penal code, we do not have anything called One Chance. All we know is that we have armed robbers because their activities are robberies. And a lot of times the activities could be likened to kidnapping as well, because all the elements of kidnapping are already there. People are kidnapped and they demand for ransom. So we are treating them as armed robbers, we are treating them as kidnappers. Last year, a lot of them have been arrested. As I speak with you, about 21 of their vehicles have been recovered. They are still there for you to see. That means we have succeeded in removing 25 of their operational vehicles from circulation. And what we noticed was that a lot of them were coming from other states, moving into the Federal Capital Territory every day as if they are coming to do their legitimate work. And what we noticed more is that almost all the vehicles recovered from these operators of One Chance were tinted, fully tinted, making it difficult for their victims to ask for help, making it difficult for passers-by to see that people in those vehicles were in distress. Now, what are we going to do about it this year? We are going to embark on the same strategy that we deployed last year that yielded successes for us. We are going to embark on patrol. We are going to use a lot of intelligence. And those who have been arrested will ensure that we charge them to court properly and we give you feedback about it.
Suspected terrorists have killed 2 worshippers in Alexkia Yanua, a Nigerian church located in the Chibok local government area of Borno State. The police public relations officer for the Borno State Police Command, ASP Nahum Daso, who confirmed the attack in Maiduguri on Monday, said that the command has mounted surveillance and an armed team to restore confidence among residents of the area. He also said aside from the 2 deaths, 2 others, including Esther Johanna and Ali Johanna, sustained gunshot injuries. Also, a statement by the media team of the chairman, Chibok local government, Mustafa Madu, said the terrorists attacked around 2:10 a.m. on Sunday, while the chairman of Chibom local government area, Mustafa Madu, condoled with the family of the bereaved and also inspected all burnt houses, shops, and the church auditorium. Nigerian Air Force has commenced investigation into allegations of accidental civilian casualties during an airstrike in the Zami local government area of Zamfara State. The incident occurred on Friday during Operation Fansanyama operation targeting bandits terrorizing the region. Reports emerged after the operation alleging that 16 residents, including members of the Zamfara Community Protection Guard and local vigilantes, were mistakenly killed in the air raid. The Air Force, in an earlier statement, highlighted the success of the operation, which reportedly eliminated key allies of notorious terrorist kingpin Bello Turji and rescued kidnapped hostages, and it was silent on claims of civilian casualties. Reacting to the incident, Zamfara State Governor Daudu Lawal issued a statement confirming that some members of the civilian joint task force and vigilantes lost their lives during the airstrike. The NAF spokesperson, Air Vice Marshal Olushola Akimboyewa, in a subsequent statement, approved the effectiveness of the operation in decimating bandits, but expressed concerns over the reports of civilian deaths and described the recent airstrike at Tuga Kara in Zomi local government area of Zamfara state as a decisive blow to bandits terrorizing villages in the area. He further assured all that the military has initiated a comprehensive probe to ascertain the accuracy of the allegations as a responsible and professional custodian of air power for the Navy. You're watching The Transition on Atlantic Television Network. We'll return shortly after this break. Please stay with us.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on the sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
nobody's ambition is what
I have fought a very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. This is Atlantic Television Network Transition. Now, the rest of our stories. House of Representatives has expressed displeasure over the refusal of heads of government agencies to respond to the invitation of the House to appear before an investigative hearing on the operations of the Nigeria Customs Service. The chairman of the House Committee on Customs and Excise, Honorable Leke Abejide, and Chairman Committee on Interior, Honorable Abdullahi Ahmed, the House had invited the Minister of Interior, Comptroller General of Customs, Comptroller General of the Nigeria Immigration Director of the Nigerian Customs Service E-Customs Concession to the Trade Modernization Project and the role of Web 14 in the E-Customs framework, as well as the need to employ modern technology to secure Nigeria's borders and address the challenges posed by illegal migration and border management. A member of the committee, Honorable Olumide Oshoba Lagos, moved for the suspension of the investigation, while Honorable Awaji Inombek Ambianta, who also expressed displeasure, said the total disregard by the head of agencies to appear before the committee was an affront on the parliament, noting the refusal to appear on the next adjourned date. The committee would invoke its powers and recommend their removal from office. In his ruling, Chairman of the House Committee on Customs, Leke Abejide, said despite the busy schedule of the lawmakers, they made out time to carry out the national assignment, pointing out that the investigative hearing would not have to be shifted to another day, preferably after the passage of the national budget.
In parliamentary practice, is the chief executives of the ministries, departments, or agencies that will take, because they are the only ones that can actually hold brief on their ministries, departments, or agencies. In view of this, I'd like to move a motion that these three committees suspend this hearing and give them another time where and when the chief executives of the ministry, which is the minister, the CGC of Customs, and the Comptroller of Immigration will be present to give the committee the right reports.
Contemplate recommending for their replacement, because such attitude will not help in advancing the cause of this government. And knowing too well where we stand, especially relative to the challenges of financing the budget, this hearing and the outcome is very key, principal and primary to all that this government and administration will achieve. So if they continue disrespecting the invitations without any obvious reasons, we should contemplate recommending, because they have shown probably gross negligence, or they have tired of the assignment that Mr. President has granted them. That's just the addition I had wanted to add.
So we cannot talk to any other person apart from the head of the agencies and the minister, because this assignment was given to us to carry out on behalf of the House of Representatives. We are not doing it by ourselves, and we have to report back to the plenary. Now, the motion on ground, those in support say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Then, this sitting is hereby suspended indefinitely. We don't know the date yet. We will write you again and give you dates to appear, and the head of agencies must appear here. Because we are not joking. This is not for us, it's for Nigerians and for the progress of the country.
During plenary, the House mandated the committee to investigate the concession of the operations of the Customs to Trade Modernization Project and why Web 14 that has managed the collection processes are still the ones operating the system. Suspended Dean of the Faculty of Law, University of Calabar, Professor Cyril Indifon, has informed the Federal High Court in Abuja that he has been exonerated from sexual harassment allegations brought against him by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. Indifon, who disclosed this to the open court when he opened his defense, said the former Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arese, and the former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, reviewed his case and stated that he had no case to answer. This is coming when Idifon was rearranged by the ICPC on January 25, 2024, alongside his lawyer Sonny Anyanwu on 4 counts bordering on alleged sexual harassment and an attempt to perverse the course of justice. ICPC alleged that Idifon, while the dean of the Faculty of Law, UNICAL, requested a female diploma student to send him pornographic and obscene photograph of herself through WhatsApp chats, while Anyanwu, one of the lawyers in the defense team, was joined in the amended charge filed on January 22, 2024 by the ICPC on the allegation that he called one of the prosecution witnesses on her mobile telephone during the pendency of the charge against Idifon to threaten her. The both, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges but were denied bail twice to enable the star witness who was allegedly threatened by Anyanwu to give her defense first. And afterwards, the court on February 9, 2024 proceeded to grant Idifon and Anyanwu 250 million naira and 50 million naira bail respectively, with 2 sureties in like sum. In his ruling, Justice Omotosho held that the defendants had a case to answer and ordered that the trial should commence, and during the trial, the star witness, a female diploma student identified as TKJ, who was the second prosecution witness in the case, testified that Idifon forced her to perform oral sex on him in exchange for help with admission into UNICAL. The matter was adjourned to Tuesday, January 14th for the continuation of the hearing. Senator Samuel Anyanwu says he remains the substantive National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. This is coming after last week, the appeal court in Enugu State dismissed Anyanwu's position, upholding the decision that recognized former national youth leader Sunday Okoye as the national secretary. Upon arriving at the PDP national headquarters in Abuja around 10:50 a.m., Anyanwu said with the state of execution, the status quo must be preserved and the remains the national secretary until the court resolves the matter. Analysts have commended Senator John Mbata for emerging as the President General of the Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide. While on Atlantic Television Network program Open Conversation, public policy analyst George Chinda expressed that Senator John Azuta Mbata has the quality to pilot the Ohaneze Ndigbo to the promised land.
President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide. For me, I think that Senator John Mbata has the experience, has the leadership qualities to steer Ohaneze Ndigbo to the promised land. He has been a senator for years. He's well-read, has his contacts across the entire length and breadth of this nation, and he understands the need for, engagement as a way to building relationship with other ethnic groups and even the political leaders of this country to ensure, good representation for Ohaneze Ndigbo.
He also said being an Ikwere indigene, Senator Mbata will do well in uniting the Igbo race that has scattered within and outside Nigeria.
Ikwere man coming from a group that over time has vehemently, selected persons anyway, has vehemently disagreed that they are part and parcel of the Igbo ethnic nationality. That is also what is making this very important, that he has a lot of, roles to play in uniting because Igbo race is scattered across. It's not just within the 5 southeastern states. Even for those who are from the 5 southeastern states that lives abroad, Igbo. So we have our Igbo brothers, Kit and Ken, in the Delta states. You have them in River State. You even have some of them in Benue State. Even if it's just a community, even if it's just a community of 10, 15 persons, these people ordinarily trace their ancestry to the Igbo land, one way or the other. So Senator John Mbata will have to see how to unite all these people, to forge a common good for the Igbo.
This is coming after the Southeast Senate caucus has congratulated Senator Azuta Mbata on his emergence as the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide. And now to some business reports. Federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening Nigeria's capital market as a critical driver of economic growth and wealth creation for citizens. A statement by the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka Anite, disclosed this during a meeting with the board of the Securities and Exchange Commission in Abuja, adding that the ministry had been mandated by President Bola Tinubu to ensure the capital market plays a pivotal role in achieving the administration's economic goals. She stressed the importance of creating a resilient market that would accommodate primary offers and provide investors with viable exit option while pledging government support to help the SEC to realize its full potential in driving the economic and fostering wealth creation for Nigerians. The Securities and Exchange Commission Board Chairman Miriga Katuka also highlighted the importance of collaboration between the SEC and the Ministry of Finance to foster a vibrant and resilient capital market, adding that the SEC was undergoing reforms aimed at making the market globally competitive and enhancing its role in economic diversification and financial inclusion. Katuka assured the Minister of the Board's commitment to supporting the government's economic agenda, calling for sustained dialogue and collaboration to drive growth and investor confidence in the market, adding that the Security and Exchange Commission has announced plans to enhance the regulatory framework for borrowing by governments and corporations, as well as sustainability and efficiency in the financial system. Prices of refined petroleum products may rise in the coming days following the increase in the cost of Brent, the global benchmark for crude. Crude oil is a major commodity that determines the price of refined petroleum products. On Sunday, the price of Brent reached $79.76 per barrel. The rise in the cost of the commodity from the $72.88 recorded in December of 2024, the fueled prices across Nigerian depot may be impacted. The increase in Brent price is attributed to geopolitical tensions, particularly sanctions imposed on Russian oil exports. Supply concerns and seasonal demand fluctuations in colder regions have also contributed to the upward trend. Analysts also suggested that the Brent crude oil price surge is a major driver, as many Nigerian depot owners rely on imports to meet diesel demands, while the correlation between crude oil prices and refined products is well established, as Brent services as a benchmark for global petroleum product pricing. Now to some international tidbits. Former lawyer of United States President-elect Donald Trump has pleaded with ongoing President Joe Biden to grant him a pardon, just like he did for his son Hunter. Cohen is claiming that Trump will push him for testifying against the politician in his hush money conviction, while Cohen had already been convicted for his role in the case years earlier. He was also the star witness for the prosecution, as Trump was convicted of 34 felony counts in the case last year, while Cohen served as the go-between for the $130,000 payment Trump made to adult film star Stormy before the 2016 presidential election. The disgraced lawyer, however, said he was shocked that Trump received unconditional release during his sentencing. United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer has laid out his vision to harness the power of artificial intelligence to boost Britain's flagging economy, promising flexible regulations and concerns about the technology's unchecked use. Starmer's Labour government announced an action plan to make the UK the world leader in AI, with the full weight of its 500,000-strong civil service getting behind the endeavour. The AI Opportunities Action Plan includes 50 recommendations that the government will implement to boost AI-driven efficiency in the public sector, from education to detecting potholes. Starmer's position moves away from the EU's strict data protection laws, which have led to a slew of privacy complaints against tech giants relating to the use of personal data for developing AI products, while in the U.S., incoming President Donald Trump's desire to deregulate the economy and his team of Silicon Valley-linked advisors could influence policies on AI regulation. The government plans include the creation of dedicated AI growth zones designed to speed up planning proposals for data centers and other AI infrastructure and to increase server capacity 20-fold by 2030, including by building a brand new supercomputer with enough AI power to play itself at just 500,000 times a second. 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck southwest Japan late on Monday, causing 2 small tsunamis in the area, but no damage was reported. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the quake struck at a depth of 36 kilometers, around 18 kilometers off the coast of Miyazaki Prefecture in the Kunsushi region. The Japan Meteorological Agency warned of possible tsunami waves of up to 1 meter and urged the public to stay away from coastal waters. This is coming after 2 small tsunamis of around 20 centimeters were detected at 2 ports in the region, while Japan is one of the world's most tectonically active countries. And on New Year's Day 2024, a 7.5 magnitude quake struck the Noto Peninsula, killing nearly 470 people in Japan's biggest jolt in over a decade, many of them elderly residents in the aftermath. Last August, the JMA warned that the likelihood of a megaquake was higher than normal, following a magnitude 7.1 jolt that injured 15 people, and that was a particular kind of tremor known as subduction megathrust quake, which has occurred in pairs in the past and can unleash massive tsunamis. The advisory concerned the Nankai-Tro 800-kilometer, 500-mile undersea gully parallel to Japan's Pacific coast between 2 tectonic plates. The advisory was filed after a week. Now to entertainment. Social media critic Martins Otse, popularly known as Very Dark Man, has opened up about a struggle with an eye condition. The activist said the condition developed due to excessive phone usage, and the burden of fighting for others' rights had taken a toll on him. He lamented that he no longer had privacy and had made numerous enemies as a result of his activism. Adding that quitting was not an option and to give up. Now to some sports news. Boxing legend Tyson Fury has declared his retirement from the sport, bringing an iconic career to an end following consecutive losses to undisputed heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk. Speculation had been rife about Fury's next move, with fans eagerly anticipating either a trilogy bout against Usyk or a long-awaited showdown with fellow Briton Anthony Joshua. Instead, the Gypsy Queen has chosen to bow out of the ring, leaving an indelible mark on the world. After Fury's first encounter with Usyk in May last year ended in heartbreak as the Ukrainian powerhouse handed him his first professional loss via split decision, claiming undisputed heavyweight status, while in a December rematch, Fury fought valiantly but fell short again, this time losing by unanimous decision. The defeat sparked widespread, with many touting a blockbuster clash with Anthony Joshua as a natural next step, and Joshua himself declaring on Sunday at the Ring Magazine Awards last week, it has to happen this year. Despite the mounting anticipation, Fury has opted to step away from the sport he dominated for over a decade, and his decision caps a storied career marked by grit, charisma, and unforgettable memories inside and outside the ring. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says Kyle Walker will only leave the Premier League club under the right conditions. This is coming up. Guardiola, he wants to leave the Etihad to play abroad. Although Guardiola is willing to let the player go, it depends on the market and the agreement between all parties involved, and Walker could join AC Milan as early as this January transfer window. According to football transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, the Serie A club are in talks to sign the 34-year-old. The England attracted attention from Bayern Munich 2 years ago when Thomas Tuchel was in charge of the Bundesliga club, staying at City after discussions with Guardiola. And that's the size of the package. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Otaria Benjamin. You can follow us on our social media platform on Twitter.